Okay, welcome everyone to round 2, to game 2, round 2 of today. It's gonna be first having Ever Sleeping Town, as we can see here. Tian coming out as Hunter first as well, banning the Priestess and the Seer. It's the basic two bans, in which we cannot talk really much about. But the Dream Witch has been banned from ZSOL Survivor side, of course, knowing how strong the Dream Witch is from Tian's side. I mean, Tian still does have, if I'm not wrong, a Clerk, a Sculptor. Clerk Sculptor, I have never seen him play Wheel, but there is a chance that he may have been practicing a Hermit. Hermit being this map isn't too bad, but it seems like from the Survivor side we'll be having a female dancer and an anti-Korean first two picks. And then back to the screen we go. Next two bans from Tian here. It wouldn't be bad. It wouldn't be bad to ban. I mean, I would say ban entomologist, but I don't think there's a need for now. With the Survivor team coming in general, you really don't know what they're gonna run. And well, I mean, to counter female dancer, there's not a lot of characters that counter female dancer. I don't even think there is a character that counters female dancer unless you get rid of all her music boxes. But it seems like it'll be a mercenary prospector. Next two bans here from the Hunter side. Banning mercenary. I guess if you ban mercenary, then you're gonna come out with a first officer. I still don't think it's necessary for you to ban a mercy. Maybe Yen wants to come out with a wax artist here. There's a chance for a wax artist to come out, is what I think. There is a chance for a wax artist to come out, is what I think. Now then, a psychologist with the last ban here, I guess it's a wax artist then, with the looks of it. Because if we decide to ban mercenary, I can't see the reason why. I can't see the reason why unless you want to play wax. Because wax artist definitely, like you can shoot wax in open area to try to locate the first officer when he has used his Poseidon watch. But if you decide not to ban mercy, and no, they're definitely aiming for more. Tian's definitely gonna start aiming for more right here, considering the fact that the survivors are currently in the lead. 3 points ahead. It was a 5-0 to 3-1, so it's 3 points ahead against the RB professional team right now. Tian needs to get his act back up now. Needs to pick someone unexpected against this team combat. Clerk definitely would work, but unless you can somehow get rid of the anti-Korean, the Clerk may come off a little bit hard to pull out. Once again, from ACT's game, ACT's game, the wax artist, I think wax is not a bad plan. I genuinely don't think that wax is such a bad plan right here. Survivors locking the persona, most likely it will be a triple flywheel. Or we'll have a speed boost coming from the barmaid. Speed boost coming from barmaid isn't too bad, but I guess in maps that are this big, and especially with the fact that there's a chance for Naiad to come out as well, flywheel wouldn't be too bad. Flywheel honestly wouldn't be too bad here. We're 15 seconds left with this. Oh, I'm still thinking. I don't know, Bonbon definitely could have worked if we have seen how GW's Annie played the Bonbon against a female dancer. But that's his Bonbon. It seems like Naiad will be coming out here from Tian's side. Naiad against female dancer, yeah, I can understand, but also not female dancer counters Naiad, right? If you just dance away from her abyss. So that's a whole different story here for the Naiad. But I guess at the end of the day, this is really the best choice you can do. The anti-Korean will somehow, right? She needs to, like, Survivors has to dance somewhere very far away from, like, maybe middle or even just to go towards the corner, which should allow the anti-Korean to come in to harass or force the Naiad to waste time to make a perfect puddle in which the anti-Korean can come in to harass for balloon rescue. Or maybe, you know, or maybe just don't harass and see how solo containment goes, or mid-kite harass. That definitely would work as well against the Naiad. But it seems like for our survivor side, we'll be having barmaid spawning near detached house, the first officer in middle, female dancer balcony, and the antiquarian near S Palace. With the spawn point in general, if barmaid really does rotate into detached house, she'll be forced out immediately anyways. But I guess at the end of the day, if barmaid can reach towards that pallet immediately, if barmaid can reach towards that pallet immediately and put down the pallet, which does not allow Naiad to go through, then barmaid could potentially just wait at that location and then vault over the pallet and transition somewhere else. There's a chance of that happening as well, but the most safest way really is to put down the pallet, rotate upstairs, or even to the back of the house, put down the pallet again, and then speed doubling away. But this is gonna be RB versus ZSOL for our game 2 first half of today. Let's see how this will go in general then, shall we? Now then, onto the game we go. Chien spawning by graveyard. It seems like a female dancer will be deploying the slow music boxes first. Getting down the pallet there should allow Xiao V to rotate a little bit closer towards the double pallet window here. But jumping down here immediately, oh, thankfully he didn't get the pallet right there, because he also does know that the Naiad has a harpoon animation there when retrieving the harpoon. But honestly, for the female dancer here, it's going to be a little bit hard for him to try contain this Naiad for a little bit of a longer time, considering the fact that there we go, that's at 44%, currently locking the female dancer in this area right now. 80% moisture, that's not good at all. That's not good at all. 80% moisture is definitely not good at all. It seems like we're gonna take the normal hit here instead, getting 2 more percentage of what again? Of moisture on the female dancer right there. A little bit unlucky, but it seems like it is a Insolence Naiad. Wait, Insolence Naiad, but it does seem like the anti-current coming here with the support has been very nicely done. 3. Wow, look at that triple. Look at that triple. It's a triple. It's a triple staffing a roll, but it doesn't seem like the female dancer can't contain for any longer though. Retrieving the harpoon right there should be immediately blinked down. Very nicely done by CM right here. 2.5 ciphers are currently done. Well, almost 2.5 ciphers are currently done in this situation. It seems like Chien is more interested in picking up the female dancer and carrying her a little bit further away from the slow music boxes instead. It seems like Chien wants to. It seems like he wants to lock ciphers ASAP right here instead of breaking the slow music boxes. If it was me, I would have broken the slow music boxes immediately, simply because of the fact that I'm scared of a rebound kite. But of course, with the professional hunters here in general, they wouldn't really be too afraid of it. But it does seem like Chien getting the 30% right there. First officer's a little bit of a pinch right here, but thankfully there's a small area for them to stay and gets the rescue. First officer is currently going to be a double down on the first officer. Sadly, the puddle was a bit too big right there for the first officer to go away. Now they're landing 99%. Wait, this is a 99. Wait, this way. Wait, dances through there immediately. 99%. Ooh, just reached the 100 right there, and it doesn't seem like Tram Senpai can help you anymore. Wow, it's currently a double down. This double down is gonna hurt the most. We do see that the barmaid is currently near the first officer as well. Anti-Korean finishing the cipher in middle here, and barmaid is currently finishing the second last cipher right here. We're currently missing one more cipher in S palette, as we can see as well. OG currently opening that cipher, and then throws the harpoon out here immediately. Seems like the female dancer will be sold right here. It's probably best for them to sell female dancer out right here because of the fact that there's really no need to risk it anymore. There's still a tight potential here for the survivors, but it seems yeah, there's still a tight potential if it's a anti-Korean first chase, let's say. Oh, didn't wanting to bait that out, but moved forward a little bit too early right there from the Naiad side. It seems like we will be having the normal hit right there, and there's gonna be a huge, and I mean this, a huge puddle made. It's a little bit unfortunate here considering the fact that there's currently still more time left. There's currently 1 second left. Chien has to throw a really good harpoon right here. Vaults over there immediately, and there goes anti-Korean. Okay, they're both opening the cipher in graveyard right now. That's not good news for the survivors, considering the fact that anti-Korean is pretty close towards this area right now. First officer may still have a stopwatch, but that isn't going to do much, because all what Chien is going to do here is to lock this cipher and immediately teleport back towards the anti-Quarian. Or maybe we want to get a basement down here. Now then, 50% gets the hit right there, wants to time it correctly as well. Now then, 2 seconds left until the next harpoon. Maybe should have waited a little bit longer before hitting the barmaid right there. But barmaid should be, no wait, didn't get down there immediately because of the doubling. But it seems like they'll have to open an extra cipher right here. Sadly, they will have to open an extra cipher right here. But the good news is there's a basement, but it's pretty far away, so there's no way that Chien can chair the barmaid in towards the very inner side of basement. A little bit unfortunate of a situation right there, but I guess it is what it is at the end of the day. Now then, throwing the harpoon out there immediately. There's a chance for him to... There is a chance, but also getting the harpoon back there a little bit early right there. Sadly, was out of reach. Sadly. Now then, throwing the harpoon out once again. It seems like we'll be diving in here right now. Sees where the first officer is, gets the 50% moisture on first officer, but still, first officer still does have a tie time when he uses his watch, so that doesn't matter there, does it? I don't think that would matter too much. Still at 94% right now. Waiting for that to go down, which is, I mean, going down, that will slowly but surely go down, but it doesn't seem like, oh no, it didn't go down, yes. Seems like the cipher machine is primed, but Tien does not see where the first officer is. Gets a normal hit right there, thankfully, and we'll get an immediate hit on the first officer once again. First officer currently has no watch left, so the good news for the Naiad is to slug the first officer and see how well he goes out from there on out. Now then, it seems like the anti-Korean is currently nearby. Probably to see where the anti-Korean is. Most likely will be downing the first officer right here and then going towards the gate. That's probably the best choice of action right here for the hunter as well, considering the fact that anti-Korean does open gate slowly. Anti-Korean currently rotating away a little bit. 50 seconds left until the next teleport. It wouldn't be too bad. It wouldn't be too bad for the survivors here, considering the fact that anti-Korean does have. Okay, that's one staff. That's one hit and immediate down right there. A little bit unfortunate. Really unfortunate there. But it does seem like the barmaid will be able to get out. But also, first officer has already used. First officer used self-heal. Seems like first officer is trying to open the other gate. Just touched the gate there. It does seem like this is going to be a tie. Sadly, there is no teleport ready just yet for the survivors. Well, we'll move on to the second half. Okay, moving on to round 2. Mad has been banned. It seems like we'll be coming out with a barmaid and a priestess first 2 picks. It seems like the M has banned anti-Korean and Seer. But allowing the priestess to come out here is it's gonna hurt a lot. To allow the priestess to come out, I won't lie. I would usually ban priestess first. Priestesses are way too annoying to deal with in this map, unless you're like maybe a wax artist or something. But considering from DM side, I've only seen him play Mad Eye, so there goes that. So honestly, there goes that. Now the next 2 bans will be female dancer and forward. If you decide to pick forward, if you decide to ban forward, then it's most likely the fact that you're not gonna play Bonbon, Sculptor, Naiad. I think it may be a clerk. I genuinely think it may be a clerk, considering we got a foreshadow from last game with a clerk as well. But if we do decide to ban a forward, then of course the prospector will be coming out immediately from Huahua's side right now. Last ban coming from the psychologist probably would be a really good ban. No, it seems like we're gonna ban the mercenary instead. Then the first officer will be coming out. From RB's side. Considering the fact that, I mean, yeah, one first officer, one tide is enough, and then you can ha with a flywheel harass, and that's about it. That's about it that you need, honestly. 14% decoding buff from first officer there as well after using 2 stopwatches. So yeah, now then, after changing up, let's see, it's gonna be RB Jiaxing with first officer, Qingqiu with barmaid, Huahua with prospector, and Taoxing with priestess. Priestess wouldn't be too bad. Priestess, I think it's really just up to priestess support portal in general, because the best chase right here for the hunter really is either the priestess or the barmaid. It's best for you to chase either priestess or barmaid, or maybe the prospector first chase wouldn't be too bad as well. But the only thing you have to be very worried about with a prospector first chase is did he use his speed boost or not when it comes to steal items like lockers and machines in general. So chasing after like a prospector, if he also brought knee-jerk reflex, that's just gonna hurt the most. Especially maybe if you're against Clerk. But then if you're gonna play Clerk, you might as well get rid of the prospector first. You might as well. Because like chasing after priestess and chasing after barmaid is kind of like saying chasing after priestess who has portals to basically nullify your record, and chasing after barmaid who can basically go through portals is kind of like saying, yeah, you're gonna hit me like 10 more times before I down. Probably will be 2 minutes and 30 seconds into the game by the time that the barmaid is down, unless Clerk has successfully timed the blink pretty darn well. But of course, with a barmaid in this season meta with a priestess, you're gonna get a drink, you're gonna get a speed dove, and you're gonna get the portal. That's all what you're gonna get, and then barmaid's fully healed. And then onto the area spawn selection we go. It does seem like we're gonna have our priestess spawning in balcony alongside with a barmaid being very close towards detached house as well. First officer being in middle and the prospector being at near S palace. Clerk spawning by, where's Clerk? Let me see, Clerk spawning by graveyard here as well. This will simply depend on who Clerk chases first. Clerk probably could go after the priestess, but barmaid being detached is just too strong, honestly way too strong. If you record, you drink, and then you speed doubling away. That's all what you need to do. But for priestess to spawn in balcony, I guess they're just playing it a bit safe here for the priestess not to spawn in middle, just in case something happens as well. I mean, what could definitely happen is first officer and priestess just switch locations after barmaid has been chased and throws out the support portals. But this will be ZSOL versus RB for our game 2 second half of Okay, on to second half we go of game 2, RB versus ZSOL. Seems like barmaid spawned very close towards mansion, didn't she? This immediately going in towards the mansion right here, decides not to take the stairs. We do see that first officer is currently decoding, and also all the other survivors are currently rotating as well, alongside with the fact that Clerk's persona trait is trump card detention with impulsive, 1 stack of berserker, 1 stack of Desperate Fight and 1 stack of Rage. Decided not to bring Desperate Fight for this one. We can also see on the bottom left hand side of our screen right now, Tyson deploying 2 very cheeky portals. 2 very cheeky portals right there. It's simply with the fact that survivors can take 1 portal and then not take the next. But for the Clerk here, she will be stunned and it will be forced to take another one. Meanwhile, the barmaid, see there on the bottom left hand side, yeah. Oh yeah, of course, would you look at that. Now then, 2 ciphers at 50%, 1 at 12%, currently a tie at 25% as well. Survivors here in general is doing a really good job. It seems like Clerk has decided to bring teleporting instead, which is a little bit more surprising to me. Teleporting away immediately towards a prospector right here, record a little bit slow. The recording there was a little bit slow, which was a little bit unfortunate as well. Didn't get any record there on Hua, but at least got a record for her own palette destruction if I'm not wrong. And then records a normal hit right there. Most likely we'll be using a normal hit to get rid of the long portal here as well. So for a Clerk right here, it's really honestly a very good choice made by Clerk. But it doesn't seem like Prospector's Windows speed boost has been ready just yet. Clerk decides not to get rid of the long portal just yet though. I probably would have already gotten rid of it, but it does seem like Clerk wants to bait the Prospector out into using it instead. Then getting the stun right there, which still isn't too bad. The ciphers are still going quite fast as well, with 1 scroll remaining. Last magnet here, most likely will be able to push out the Clerk as well. Gets the window speed boost has currently been activated as well. Will allow magnet Prospector to successfully rotate towards the P palette. The double palette window here, which we call P. Now then, gets the hit, gets the down. Ooh, can you get rid of it though? I think she can get rid of it. Unless Priestess jukes. Priestess could not take it. Priestess cannot take the hit. That's a little bit unfortunate. But now Priestess another support portal, allowing the Prospector to take the palette right there. Palette speed boost being activated right here, should be able to rotate towards balcony. We can see as well in the field, currently there is 4 ciphers left, and the 4 ciphers are all 20% plus right now. That's a window record, probably for Prospector here, just down near the most furthest corner. So then the hunter needs to take a little bit more time to chair. Now here, as we can see, Priestess has currently been recorded and the first officer cipher has been done. Only 3 ciphers left on the field. Well, I mean, there's only 1 cipher left, to be honest. 20, 30, and then 20, 30, and then like a 60. Yeah, 110% decoding left on the field. First officer can definitely stall for some time here with stopwatches. We can also see that Clerk does have scroll, decides to record on towards the Priestess right now. Priestess can just rotate back towards graveyard to finish her cipher. honestly, Priestess really can't just do that. And there's still one more chance for for First Officer to use his Poseidon watching, which we see there. Then getting the hit there, it seems like First Officer wants to body block. It does seem like he wants to body block right here. Does not get the hit sadly, but did manage to get the hit on First Officer instead. This should allow Prospector to do a successful rebound kite, considering the fact that there's still around 3 more seconds. Well, 6 more seconds until the second magnet is up. And the second magnet is up right now. Then with the last cipher at 58%. Wouldn't be too bad. Yeah, this is going to be a successful rebound kite. This is really just going to be a successful rebound kite right here. Gets to push out there immediately as well. Downs and Barmaid. Barmaid is going to start overtime here as well. Barmaid with the escort. Back with overtime, I guess. Back with working overtime. Gets a pallet down right there. Barmaid getting the hit. It doesn't really matter. Doesn't seem like Barmaid wants to use the heal here as well because she doesn't mind dying. Oh, never mind, she used it instead. I guess they are going to be stalled for quite a bit of time here with the decoding. Then it records onto the First Officer instead. That's a bit unfortunate. The problem with this is, right, whoever is crouching is going to get the priority when it comes to Clerk scrolls. So you have to long press the scroll in order for you to change to the Priestess who's decoding. But at the end of the day, even if you do that, survivors are already off the cipher by the time that happens. And the cipher machine is primed. Prospector has 2 magnets, still 2 magnets left on his hands. Wow. This is surprising. But the problem here is Team Q has to be very careful with how she plays. Because the Barmaid here will definitely be an opening if he decides to force the cipher open. We do see that Priestess is coming in with 2 portals as well. Barmaid is at a very rough area right now. But it doesn't seem like DM wants to chase out. I'd say chasing out the Barmaid may be a better choice if you want to get a 1-man elimination. But considering the fact that we recorded onto the First Officer right there, do we get invalid? Oh, there was invalid. Excuse me. Oh, there was invalid. That was fast. Faster than I anticipated. But Prozy's 3rd magnet is already up. Deploying a magnet then right there, getting the stun. RB Survivor is doing a really good job. Really good job with the 4-man endgame right here. Now then another magnet. And of course the 3rd magnet is almost ready to go. It seems like that portal, is going straight towards the gate. That's a whole different story. They have to stall outside here though. They'll have to stall outside here regardless of what happens. Considering the fact that Barmaid near middle. If Barmaid is near middle, then it's a whole different story. Barmaid is currently rotating towards the S pallet right now. Oh, she's very close. Does she have a speed leveling? She doesn't have a speed leveling, but it is more than enough. Let's congratulate the 3-man escape for RB. Moving on.